Hey everyone, so for this video I'm going to do kind of like a get ready with me. It was one of the videos that was requested from you guys. The request was for a makeup tutorial, but I just don't feel like I'm ready to do a makeup tutorial yet, so I figured this was like the next best thing. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about, and I know that's usually what occurs during get ready with me videos, but I'm basically just going to show you guys how I do my makeup. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put this Wet n Wild primer all over my face. I'm going to be looking over here because I got my mirror over here. I like to bring it down on my neck too because I do put a little bit of foundation down there and around my ears because I'm always pretty fair, but my skin tone like changes. I mean, it stays in the fair range, but it still just like changes, if that makes sense. So rather than trying to figure out which foundation matches better with my skin, I mean, it's all pretty close, so it's not like I've got like a brown face and, you know, a white neck. But I like to just blend it a little bit around my ears and around my neck so that everything looks even. So now I'm going to use this CoverGirl Simply Ageless with Olay. And this is in the shade 220 Creamy Natural. And I know that this like isn't new or anything, but I just started using it. I've had it for a while. I just never used it. I'm not really sure why. I just didn't. But I like to switch things up all the time, so I just started using it. And I actually really like it. Because it gives a really healthy look to my skin. And I used to like the whole matte look, but I'm not really into it that much anymore. I feel like it makes me look older when I have like a matte foundation on. I'm gonna blend it in with this brush that I got from Wish. I'm just gonna blend it all over my face. But yeah, I just feel like it makes me look older, and then when I use a foundation that has like I mean, I obviously don't want my skin to look like oily or like too shiny or anything, but I like it to just have that radiance, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it makes me look younger, you know. I am 30, I'm not getting any younger, so I just feel like this gives me like a nice healthy looking glow, not like a ridiculous glow to where it looks like I'm really oily or anything like that. It just makes me look really healthy and, I don't know, younger, I suppose. That Wet n Wild face primer, I'm not really a big fan of that. It says that it fills in your pores and refines your fine lines and wrinkles and stuff like that. And or refines, I said that backwards. Refines pores and fills in your fine lines and wrinkles. I don't really think that it does that. I think it might minimize my pores just like slightly, but it's not really that great as far as all that. But it is tacky and it does keep your makeup on all day, so that's pretty much the only reason why I like it. And I love these brushes. I know I've said that before, but these brushes from Wish are like really good brushes. Alright. I'm going to go in with this CoverGirl Outlast All Day Concealer. This is in the shade 810 Fair. And I'm going to put it under my eyes. I lost the lid to this. I have no idea how, because I do my makeup like legit in one place. So I don't know how I lost the lid to this. But now like the product doesn't want to squeeze out. I can't get it out. Ooh, there we go. So I'm just going to put this under my eyes. Put a little down my nose. I'll put a little bit up here on my forehead. And a little bit down here. I'll put a little bit on my smile lines and around my nose, because I tend to get really, really red around there. So, and then I'm going to use this brush and blend it all out. I'm going to put a little right here, because I got a little friend, enemy, more like it.
Yeah, it was, but only have it in the party, like you said, it was doing you. It didn't have it in a profile pic. It only do it in the party. I did it that night. I played all night. It wouldn't change it when I just got out. It was still the same as the other night. I was like,
I do like this concealer. I use it a lot. My eyes are like so dark most of the time underneath that I just feel like I look dead. So, it was Memorial Weekend. Did any of you guys do anything special or fun with the family? We didn't really do much. Saturday we went to the beach, me and the kids. I always like to put like the excess, however you say it, up on top of my eyelids. And I'm going to take this contour and blush palette from BH Cosmetics. And I'm going to use this fluffy brush. And I'm going to take this color right here and just put it all over my face. I think this lighting makes me look dead too. So, whatever. I'm not dead, I promise. I'm here. Alright. I'm going to take, I don't really do a whole lot of contour anymore either, because I'm just over the whole contouring thing, and I don't know, I just don't. But I am going to take this dark shade right here and just very lightly, I'm even going to tap it a little bit in this top shade, so I'm just going to tap it in that, and then tap it in that. I'm going to tap off the excess, and then even stamp it on the back of my hand a little bit. And I'm very lightly just going to go in and shade it up just a little bit. I just feel like, I don't know, the whole contouring thing is just, I'm always in a rush. And I'm always trying to hurry up and put my makeup on and rush out the door, and I just feel like, I don't know why it looks so harsh on camera, but it's really not that harsh looking like in real life. I don't know, unless in real life it really does look like that, and it just doesn't seem like it looks like that. But anyways, I just feel like, I don't know, the whole contouring thing, like I just feel like people feel like you're not, your makeup game just isn't there if you're not contouring. So I used to make sure that I did it all the time, but now I'm just like, whatever. I mean, I still do it slightly. I just don't put as much effort into it as I used to. I'm going to do the same thing just around my forehead a little bit, just to, you know, put some color into my face and make me look like I'm not dead anymore. Alright, and I forgot my beauty blender, so I'm going to take the same brush that I put my concealer on with, and I'm going to take this white shade right here. I'm just going to tap it in there lightly, and I'm going to just clean it up down here a little bit. I kind of just draw a line. And then I'll just take my fluffy brush and blend it all out. Another thing that I don't really do a whole lot anymore, I do every once in a while when I'm like really trying to spiffy myself up, but I really don't, not a whole lot, bake anymore. But I am going to take some of this Ben Nye Luxury Banana Powder. I'm just going to tap a little bit into the cap, and I'm going to take, not that brush, where's, oh, this brush here, my fluffy brush that I used earlier, and I'm just going to stamp it under my eyes. And on my nose. And a little on my forehead. And I used to let it sit, like I would do my contour and stuff afterwards and let it sit for about 10 minutes. But I really just don't. I do feel like it does brighten up your under eyes and stuff when you let it bake longer, but like I said, I'm usually in a rush. So after I do that, I just kind of buff it all out. And I don't know if you can see or tell because my lighting sucks, but it did definitely brighten up my under eyes quite a bit. So now I'm going to take this angled brush here and I'm going to use this darker shade. I actually wasn't going to, but I left my other blush in the other room with all my makeup, so I'm going to use this one because this is the only one that I have in here with me. So I'm just, this, I don't know if any of you guys have this BH Cosmetics palette, but it's like so super pigmented that literally like one dot, like one little dab of the brush in this stuff will seriously, look at, that's one dab. And I still have to like tap it off because otherwise I'm going to have like a big pink streak across my face. So I like to just put that on my cheeks and bring it up a little bit, like around here. And after I tap it off, I still have to like tap it on the back of my hand because otherwise this is what my cheeks would have ended up looking like. take just whatever's left over in the concealer brush and just go down here a little bit because I don't like too much blush down around in that area because it just makes you look like it looks like you're hot rather than like you're hot and sweaty rather than like nice blushed rosy cheeks. Alright, so now I'm going to take this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Palette in the color 320 Catwalk Pink. And I'm going to use this brush here, which I know isn't technically a highlighting brush, but I really don't like the fan brush that I got from Wish, so I'm going to use this one. First, I'm just going to use my fingers, and I'm going to roll them around in both of these two colors mixed. And then I'm going to put it on my cheeks with my fingers. And I'm going to bring that up around here too. And I'll take my brush and I'll dab it in those two colors and this gold color, which doesn't look gold. Let's see if I can get it to... It's like a nice coppery color. I'll dip it in all of those. And I'll go back over where I just did it with my fingers. And I'll put a little bit up here, just on the sides of my forehead. Of course, down my nose. And I really like to do like the tip of my nose. I don't know why. I've seen other like beauty gurus and stuff do it too, so I'm not the only one. I just like the way that it looks. And then of course, I'll really hit the top of my lip and all down in my Cupid's bow. And it really does make your lips look like so much juicier. I just love the way that that looks. I tend to overdo it on my Cupid's bow, like really. Like I have more highlight on my Cupid's bow than I do on my cheeks. That's just the way that I do it. Alright. So for the eyes, I have no idea what I'm doing yet, so we're just going to roll with it. First, I'm going to take this Photo Focus eyeshadow primer by Wet n Wild, and I'm going to take the tiniest little dot. It looks like it's a big dot on the camera, but as you can see, compared to my finger, it's a tiny dot. And I'm going to use that on both of my eyes. I'm just going to tap it on both of my eyes. And then I'm going to take this fluffy brush here, and I'm just going to make sure I get it all over my eyelids, all the way up until I get underneath my brow. And I do actually like this, this eyeshadow primer. The only complaint that I have about this eyeshadow primer is that it takes a second to dry. And if you put your eyeshadow on before it's completely dry, then your eyeshadow tends to like clump up. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Like it clumps up, but it also like, I don't know why I can't think of the word that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? It like, it clumps up. I can't think of the dang word. Sorry, I had to take a drink. I was thirsty. You guys probably just heard me like gulp that down. Okay. So before I do, if I can find it here, before I do my eyeshadow, I like to do my eyeliner. I know a lot of people don't even put black eyeliner on their waterline anymore, but I do. I'm old school, and plus I just like the way that it looks. And I'm going to put it on my lower waterline, and I'm going to also put it on my upper waterline. And I know that creeps like a lot of people out. My friends are always like, oh my god, what are you doing? But I love the way that it makes my eyes look. And I have my mirror, and I don't want to blind you guys, but I'm going to try to do it the best that I can to where you guys can see what I'm doing. But let's see. I don't know if you can see me. I don't like to use my finger either, but I left my beauty blender in the other room too. But usually I would use my beauty blender to pull down on or pull like over or whatever, like pull any of my skin taut because using your fingers, I don't know, I heard that it like will increase like your wrinkles and stuff. I don't know. I'm just like so scared that I'm gonna get all wrinkly and old in like the next year. I'm so silly. But anyway, so this is, I don't know if I already said this. This is the Rimmel Scandalize eyeliner in 001 Black. So I'm going to put it on my lower waterline.
Dude, I keep lagging. Dude, I'm lagging hard, bro.
So this is on both of my water lines. Now I'm just going to do the top of this eye so you guys can see the difference, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. And you guys may not like it. And I mean, I don't do it all the time, but for the most part, I do like to do it that way. And I literally just like pull up on my eye like this, and you can't see it like when I'm looking directly this way. Like if I was to be looking into a mirror right now, you can't really see it. But if you set the mirror like down on your vanity, or like how I have it, like I have it sitting on my legs right now. But if you look down, it's really easy. Like if you pull up on it just the slightest bit, like that much, then you can see it perfectly.
That was like horrible.
So this is with the eyeliner on the top, and this one's without. And I actually learned this trick because an old friend of mine back in the day when she was a teenager was a model. And she came home and was doing it one day. And I was like, whoa, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're going to poke your freaking eyeball out. And she's like, oh, this is how they do my makeup when I'm modeling. This is how I get my makeup done. And I was like, oh, okay, well, if the models are doing it, it must be like what's in. So I'm going to do it. So, and I've pretty much been doing it this way ever since. And I was probably like 14 then. So the last 16 years or so, I've been doing my eyeliner this way.
Dude, I'm lagging.
And I still just like the way that it makes my eyes look. I feel like it gives them a more exotic, like, I don't know. I just like the way that it looks. I definitely didn't mean to get it all over my eyelid though, but it's all good. I was so trying not to make this video be so long.
They scared the shit out of me, bro. I didn't expect anything to land.
Alright. I'll try to hurry up and get my eyes done. So I'm going to use this Morphe Kathleen Lights palette. And I'm going to take... I'm going to take this fluffy brush, and I'm going to use this color right here, and I'm just going to go all over the place, all over my eyelid, all the way up to underneath my brow. I feel like it doesn't take me this long to do my makeup when I'm just doing it by myself. But I guess it's because I'm not usually sitting here talking and explaining everything that I'm doing. And that's why I don't feel like I'd be that great at doing tutorials. What do you guys think? I hate my scarring right here because I had my eyebrow pierced there, and I was pregnant with my son. I didn't know that I was pregnant with my son, and my skin rejected it. Like, I was literally like a month